What is going on, y'all? Happy Monday. Made it through another weekend. Hope y'all had a great one. I certainly did. Becky in the chat first today. What's up, Becky? Nance a close second with a tasty strawberry milkshake. He said, I hope you brought enough for everybody. Strawberry milkshake sounds delicious right now. CB says, diet off the rails there, buddy. What's going on, CB? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Bad Will in there too. What's going on? Who is stealing from what? Who the F is stealing from Walmart and Target? Their stuff is so cheap anyways. You know, I thought that too, but also I have some arguments for the other side as well. Crooked Orchids in the chat too. What's going on? Hello, everyone, she says. Hope you had a great weekend as well. Becky says she got low-carb ice cream bars. Okay. I wonder, how do those taste? Are they good? Do you like it? I don't know. I feel like when they try to do healthy versions of unhealthy things, it tends to like be hit or miss. So sometimes they can get pretty close, and then other times it's like, I don't know. Like, I've bought the wrong kind of ice cream before, and you definitely know. CB says Walmart is the cheapest of cheap. I feel like Aldi is the cheapest of cheap as far as groceries are concerned. But yeah, Walmart definitely is a one-stop shop for cheap junk. You are not lying there. Nance says not since inflation. Feel ya. KO says, Bad Will, get some ice cream for your lady's birthday. Yeah, there you go. Diana in the chat, what's going on? Hope you had a great weekend. I don't know if it was last week or this week, KO. I can't remember. Alexander in the chat, too. He says, Mondays are never happy, but thankful for the short week. Yeah, hey. Oh my gosh, y'all, Jack is back in the chat. Oh man, yeah. If you guys weren't here when he came by, he is a hilarious dude. Thank you again for being here, appreciate you. He says, not gonna lie, I've definitely check-outed Walmart more than once before when the money's right. Okay, or when the money's tight. Okay, yeah, I got you. Sometimes you gotta self-check out at Walmart. We've all been there. Especially certain times of night, because they tend to be open the latest. So when your kid says at 11 o'clock, I need this thing, or, you know, you get off work late and decide you absolutely have to have, you know, whatever, you can get it. But you pay a price. That's for sure. Nance says, Monday was good today. I have it off. That's nice. Jack says, maybe they should actually hire people. Interesting point. Yeah, you know, I think that's a big problem, a big contributor to their theft issue. Because they've slowly phased out employees in favor of having, you know, ever-increasing bays of self-checkouts, and it's just insane. Like, some stores you go to, they have like 18 self-checkouts all in a big square, and the employees just in the center, like trying to help everybody. It's not good. Self-checkout's not good for anybody. Jack says hello, everybody. I miss the days of Walmart being open 24/7. Yeah, I didn't know how many stores are still doing that or not doing that. I can't lie. I've never tried to go to a Walmart. late at night. Not anytime recently, anyways. I've not had a reason to. CB says all the Walmarts here are open 24/7. Okay, see, maybe it's just an up north thing. I've noticed too, Nance, in the past several years, all these businesses just, they all close so early now. Like, everybody wants to close at, 7, 8. It's crazy. Like, you can't even stay up until 9 o'clock. Like, I get if you don't want to be there until 11 p.m. when, business is kind of slow in those last couple hours. But, man, the people who work late appreciate that. Like me, like y'all. It's, it was a nice place to go because you could get groceries after you got off work, even if you work late. Or if you work third shift or something crazy, you get off at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., that's a good time to go shopping because nobody will be in your way. There might even be a cashier that could check you out. You could just stand there and not scan anything. Like, not even be an employee of the grocery store. It's crazy. It's a concept that is difficult to conceptualize at this point because every single store has recruited us to be employees there, and then they turn around and want tips. It's it's insane. KO says I buy Red Delicious apple versus Honeycrisp. I think he's indicating self-approval pricing. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I think there is a fruit scam in the videos we can talk about. There's a fruit related thievery going on at Walmart. Becky says now they have self-check for Instacart shoppers. Oh, okay. I've seen that where they have like a separate line just for Instacart, which is wild that exists, but it is a fact of life. There's a lot of people that aren't able to get out and get their own groceries, and it's a nice service. I think getting groceries delivered is a great thing if you can afford that. Tip your driver well. We were talking about that in the other stream. Jack says I miss the no name frozen burrito variety pack from Superstore. From Walmart, you mean? Or you mean, is that a reference to Superstore, the show? KO says 10 years ago, maybe Florida is lawless. Yeah, I don't see, or they're just still operating on the same way that everyone else in the country, was disrupted, and they just kept going. I don't know. Because growing up, I remember Walmart was always 24/7. Every single Walmart was 24/7. You didn't have to check. Now, very few of them are up here, at least. KO says, I got a pot at midnight to brine a turkey because our pot wasn't big enough for that. Okay, that's a good use for Walmart. Jack says, I don't even scan his food. I just scan everything and leave it on the pay screen. The few employees left don't get paid enough to care or notice. You know what? Superstore is a Canadian chain, Nance says. Oh, yes, that's right. I forgot our friend Jack is Canadian. Superstore is the Canadian big box store. Okay, I gotcha. CB says, we have a bunch of stuff that's 24 hours here. I go places at 5 a.m. all the time. See, that's great. I like that because, that's good for productive morning people. It's good for blackout drunks who need to go to the grocery. Hopefully, they get a ride. I don't know. I don't know how busy they really are at 3 a.m. If you ever go, you'll have to report in because I'm not sure about that. I'm kind of curious. Nance says, not here, CB. Everything is closed by 11. Reason number 186,705, you should move from the tiny town where you were born and raised. Hey, you know what? Getting out there is good for everybody. That's right. You know, and if you're getting out there in Florida, that's even better. Because it is beautiful down there. Meech in the chat, what's going on, Meech? Appreciate you being here. Hope you had a great weekend as well, recovering from all your traveling stuff. Well, hey, Nancy, you don't have to go to the big city to go outside of your city. You know what I'm saying? There's other little cities that are fun. I promise. Speaking of which, are y'all coming down for the fireworks? The boom? Red, white, and boom? It's on July 3rd. Y'all need to let me know if you're coming down for that. I'll make plans to make a trip down there. You don't have to move to a city. I live on a tiny island. Just move anywhere. A tiny island sounds delightful as well. I'm with you. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're doing we're still on Island Punch Spindrift. Any of you guys find a new Spindrift you like? I still have not run out of the Island Punch. I bought too much, and I'm just plowing through it. I have like 2 left. So, Nance says no. I gotta work. I have a 4th of July party on the 4th. Okay. KO says I'll be working. Yeah. Well, in the restaurant business, yeah, that's gonna be a hard time to get off. I agree with you. Hoodie in the chat, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Hope you had a good weekend. He says, what's up, cool people? Cheers to you. So, the thing that prompted this topic for me was that a creator was recently arrested. Actually, I don't know when the actual arrest was, but recently the body cam came out of the creator's arrest, and that is what made me think of this. And I started looking around, and man, people are still up to their antics on TikTok. It's insane how many people will film themselves committing a crime. They're filming instructional videos to tell other people how to commit crimes. They're warning each other about how not to get busted stealing from different places. It's crazy. I don't know how this stuff is allowed on the platforms. I know TikTok kind of has a different they kind of have a different terms of service than YouTube does, but it's a little bit stricter over here. We got rules. Meech says I'm back on the lemon and the lime spinnies, the OGs. Yeah, I don't care for the lemon as much. I love the lime though. I'm with you on the lime. CB, I'm going in on the grape. Okay, I like the grape. I gotta stock up, so I'm trying to decide which ones we're gonna get. But I might go out there and try and find some obscure flavors. You know, I gotta try out the new things for the people, for the fives of people that will see this. Talking to you, bacon strips. Appreciate you. Hit that like button. CB says, this is off topic, but I just found out Dutch Brothers is coming to Florida. Wow. Okay. Nice. That'll be, are they coming like anywhere near you actually? Or is it just like you're celebrating one is opening in the state and then you can just kind of, take a trip there? 'Cause we have in Ohio a Buc-ee's opening, but it's nowhere near me. So it's going to be like a 2-hour drive to go there, but you better believe we're going to try that out, baby. And I will video the whole thing. Hoodie says, I don't I don't get seen much since being dismissed from the Discord group all of you are in. Well, hey, brother, you are welcome here anytime. Feel free to jump in the chat. Everyone is welcome. It is good to hear from you. I was thinking about the sir, and yes, in relation to the Discord that had to do with the show that we used to all watch called ADS. It no longer exists. The person who made it disbanded it. So, but yes, I think you found me through the Orchid Discord, so we still got you on here. So that's good. I saw a bunch of people in, yeah, that's Meech says, who's dismissed, the ADS cord has been dead. Yeah, I looked at his comments recently, a few days ago. I checked just to see if, like, he was responding to people or anything. Nothing still. A lot of people still watching his stuff and saying, you know, hey, come back, we miss you, you know. Yeah, yes, Hoodie, we can send you a link, CB says, to the new Discord. Because we gotta get you back in the conversation, man. Black Magic says, we're supposed to get a Buc-ee's here in Arizona soon, too. See, from what I hear, it's worth the road trip to go to Buc-ee's. So I want to check it out. Man, this music is just like, is it too aggressive? It feels a little aggressive. CB says, Dutch Brothers is a coffee spot out west. Vegas, I think, is where it started. Yes. It did start in Vegas. All right, so sorry, I'm trying to get everything set up here and make sure this is actually gonna work here. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. So professional. All right. Will says, I went to Buc-ee's a few days ago. Love that place. Yeah, that's what made me think of it. Is you and your wife's recent trip. I'm jealous, and apparently the one they're building near Dayton, Ohio is not going to be done until like 2026 or something. It's crazy. I don't know why it takes so long. In that time, like, Sheetz came to Columbus and built like 40 stores. So I don't know. Hoodie says, Buc-ee's is cool. I think we stop by there every time we pass one. They have a ton of crap. Okay, so they sell like stuff too. It's like a store in addition to, I'm thinking gas station, restaurant. That's what I know about it. Big gas station, has restaurant. That's all I know. Is it like a truck stop? KO says 120 gas pumps. That's a lot of gas pumps. There is no gas station with better food than Buc-ee's, CB says. Okay. Hoodie says, KO, it's a super gas station. It has 100 plus pumps and super clean bathrooms. Well, that's a good place to stop. If you know you're not going to have to wait to fill up and the inside is clean, that's no question. I was a freight truck driver, and man, it's hit or miss. When you stop somewhere, you want to know that it's worth the stop, the time commitment to park and get out and come in and hope that, like, this place has everything that you needed. I'm with you. Okay, so they have food and merch. I got you. Will says, we've got 2 Buc-ee's within 2 hours of here. One is just under an hour away. Okay. All right. CB says Sheets is actual trash compared to Bucky's. Okay. I like Sheets. Sheets isn't too bad, but I haven't had Bucky's, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing. I could be missing the best chicken sandwich of my life. I have no idea. Nance says it's not a truck stop. Trucks are banned. Okay, so it's an anti-truck stop. I got you. They don't allow semis, Hoodie says. Okay, I got you. KO says, I'll take a day trip just to go see a gas station. I definitely would. Will says, their bathrooms are insane. They have like 100 stalls. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so everything in this store is like mega. It's like gas station times 100. Everything's... okay, I got you. The stalls are like your own bathroom, full walls, and the door goes nearly to the floor. That's not... wow. Okay. Now, that's luxury, actually. To stop on the side of the road and find that's great. CB says, here in Florida we have Wawa, which is also much better food than Sheets. I have heard that. I haven't had Wawa, so I don't know. I guess I have to go on a road trip and try all these things. There's so many unhealthy foods I haven't had. Nance says it's a Walmart-sized gas station. KO says Super Church gas station. Yes, exactly. The Super Church gas station. Will says Bucky's has good barbecue, a jerky deli counter, dessert counter, bakery, burritos. Okay, so they got a little bit of everything. I like that. KO says Wawa is good. New Jersey has them. Oh wait, no. Is that the one in Pennsylvania? Maybe I have been there. Driving to New York. I bet I have. CB says people are obsessed with Wawa down here. Yeah, Wawa and Sheets and Bucky's all have like a cult following. It's everybody, the people who are into those places are really into it. It's a passionate group. That is for sure. I got to try them all. We only have Sheets within reasonable distance of here, so I'm gonna have to check those other ones out this summer. But okay, so this the creator we're talking about first here, her name's Marlena Velez, okay? And she does videos. It's just kind of like a lifestyle vlog thing, but also it's like home decor, fashion stuff. So she'll show, like, here's an example of one. She'll like, oh my gosh, it's like all the plastic noises too, so that's cool. But she'll bring like her stuff home and then, put it all away. You guys know the restock videos, that kind of thing. So she'll try on clothes and kind of demonstrate the things that she purchased, whatever. Well, apparently she was not paying for all of the things. And these stores are starting to be wise to things like that, and she got caught up. Nance says, I was at Bucky's at 1 a.m. and it was crazy at that time. I have to stop when it's not the middle of the night. Wow, so it was really busy. Okay. Meech says, here in KC, it's Quick Trip. I'm familiar with Quick Trip because I've seen them on YouTube. And Fave Trip, that's the one I'm thinking of. Is it Fave Trip? They have a YouTube channel where they bust people who are stealing at their gas stations. It's really good. They have this thing called Eye in the Sky where they pay a service where people literally just watch surveillance cameras from a distance, and if they see someone stealing, they'll call the store and be like, "Hey, the person in the green shirt just stole M&Ms or whatever." And then when they get to the front, they'll be like, "Can you take those M&Ms out of your pocket?" It's crazy. I think it is Fave Trip. Will says, it's always super busy, but I never waited more than 2 minutes at checkout. Well, hey, that's great. That's definitely better turnaround than you would get at Walmart or Target. CB says, Buc-ee's is always that busy, Nance. Okay, I got you. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying, Nance. I bet it would be fresher food, just because they're probably kind of trying to use some leftovers up. By the time the late night comes around. The kitchen stuff was closed when I was there. They only had pulled pork sandwiches and a hot tray. And it was good. Okay, good. Well, that sounds like a good review. I'm definitely going to check it out. Okay, so Marlena, you know, she makes this kind of content, you know, beige content, beige house, beige stuff, beige activities. No hate. She's got a huge channel. 10 million likes, 490,000 followers. But lately people have been talking about a different certain video. And, it doesn't portray her in the best light. So, this is from the...
I got this car recently, and look...
Law and Crime Network. And they have a nice breakdown here of the situation and kind of what happened. And a little bit of footage from the arrest, which I think is definitely interesting, because she seems to think that she either isn't going to be caught for this or shouldn't be arrested for it or something. So one of those two things is going on here. They called this one Florida TikTok Go figure. She's from Florida. I'm just kidding. Florida TikToker arrested by cops for stealing from Target. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me, I don't want to give you vertigo here, but let me slide over so you guys can see the titles and people's channel name is showing for proper credit. CV says, I guess there's a new Yuzu spinny. Michi's gonna have to track it down. I will look that up. Okay, let's put that on the list. We got the Yuzu. All right, yeah. So the and I have to get the beatbox. I got that on the list. All right, I will try that one out. The Yuzu. We'll get the grape. And then we got to figure out, you know, some sort of a drink we can make with those. Maybe put an orange slice. I don't know. Okay, so this is Law and Crime Network featuring Anjanette Levy. I love her. If you watch this channel, she's great at breaking this stuff down. So let's hear a little summation, and we'll check out a little bit of the...
Put your hands behind your back.
Oh my lord. Sorry about that, y'all. That was super loud. We'll check out a little of the arrest as well.
Put your hands behind your back.
Wait,
Don't fight it. Don't fight it. Don't fight it.
That was TikToker Marlena Velez during one of her arrests for stealing from a Target store. Now I have footage no one has seen until now of another one of her arrests and what she had to say.
I'm gonna be real with you, okay? So there's security video footage of you stealing from Target.
Check out. So the officers waited to talk to her.
Hello, Equal Police.
I went too far, sorry.
After they got a call from Target.
Hey, just run this tag real quick when you come up.
Loss prevention officers at Target had noticed Marlena Velez doing something fishy on security cameras at the self-checkout, so the officers waited to talk to her.
Hello, Incorp Police. I'm Marlena. Do you have a second?
Yes. Can I just put a jacket on?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Okay.
As soon as she comes out, put jacket on.
Oh, wow. He said as soon as she comes out with the jacket on, cuff her. Nance says, that sounds like an AI voice for the narrator. I know, dude. He is very smooth. I believe it is a real person because they show his face sometimes. But that doesn't mean anything anymore. I don't know what we're going to do anymore trying to prove to people that we're a real person. AI could make this content right here really easily.
As soon as she comes out.
Jack says,
The
well,
officers had a game plan, and you can actually hear Marlena Velez in her home on the phone on another officer's body camera.
Uh-oh. Jack says, well, obviously, if you post about self-checkouting, you're going to be made an example of. Oh, Jelly in the chat. What's up, Jelly? How you doing? She says, they're moving Buc-ee's up north. There's a sign for one in Medina and Parma. No kidding. Nice. Okay. Nice. That's great. We'll have to make a trip up there and check those out when they get those open. Hope you had a great weekend, Jelly. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, everybody's excited to see Jelly in there. Sorry, I got distracted there. What were we talking about? Oh, okay. So she is, she's kind of stalling getting the jacket here. And, Jelly says, yes, I saw them. They say coming soon. Okay. That's great. Nance says I'll be day tripping for that. Okay. All right. Let me know. Well, you know, we'll coordinate. We'll all meet at the gas station, man. CB says they only take 4 years to build. Oh, God. See, you know, I was noticing that. Like, why can they build a Sheetz in, like, 5 minutes? But it takes... Well, I guess Buc-ee's is way bigger, so that makes sense. It makes sense. If you have 100 gas pumps, that's a lot of things to install there. You know, that's a lot of concrete to pour. Okay, so here, sorry. Sorry, bacon strips. Keep pausing.
Yeah. Can you come to the house now, please? I need you. I need you to stay with the kids because I'm getting...
Okay, so she's on the phone trying to get someone to come and stay with her children. Okay, that's cool. Makes sense. Now, notice right there, she said something about Walmart. They were here to see her about Walmart. Now, they're not. They're here because the people from Target have called them. So, it sounds like she's been taken from multiple stores here. KO says, I'll meet you there with my pedal bike. Let's go. Hey, somebody will be coming from your area. They can pick you up. Nance can get you on his motorcycle when he's passing through town, you know? Okay, sorry. I don't know why I didn't fast forward this.
Her child under 21 has been diagnosed.
Okay, so here she is getting actually arrested. And like, this is not much of a jacket. If you had all that time to grab a jacket, this is the clothes you got to go to jail in? I don't know. She's wearing flip-flops. You're gonna be cold. You are gonna be so cold tonight. Black Magic says, committing so many crimes, she can't keep them straight. I guess. Because she assumed they were there about the, she assumed they were there about Walmart, and they were like, what are you even talking about? We're here about Target. KO says, party, there's 13 people. Hey, 13 people. That's sweet. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here, everybody. Feel free to jump in and say hi in the chat if you haven't.
Open the door so you can get,
Okay, so
information, right?
she is getting
Now back
for
to
sure
that first
arrested.
body camera angle with the arresting officer.
Can I just call my...
Yeah, you can. You can.
Okay.
So we'll give you that.
Jelly says, I deleted Discord. She is done with the social media. I think Discord is considered a social media.
Like, I'm literally freezing. Like,
I understand
I'm
that.
not allowed to change.
No.
That's okay. Out here living life, right?
Like, my kids are literally babies.
I understand that. I saw that in the security
CB says, haha, she lives in Cape Coral. Oh boy. Yes,
So here's
Jelly,
that
I'll
footage
pull
the
those up
officer
in a
was
second.
referring to. It's from a Target.
Okay,
and it
so
shows
here's...
Marlena Velez walking into
this
the
is-
Cape Coral
this is
Target
what-
last fall with her significant other and her children. They shop and then they make their way to that self-checkout with a...
Now, earlier we were talking about fruit, okay? What you're about to witness, some people refer to as the banana trick.
cart full of stuff, the kids in tow. Then Marlena starts scanning. At first, it's a pair of slippers and other items. Then she grabs some children's clothing. But look closely, very closely. Velez is not scanning the tag for the clothing. She has another tag in her hand, and she's scanning that.
Are you starting a business? Do you need a logo?
Lord have
Design.com.
mercy. The ads are killing me. Ugh.
Then she does it again for other household items, scanning one item but not the others. And then take a look at this. She actually doesn't even scan items. Here, she takes clothes directly from the cart and puts them in the bag. So
Oh,
this
wow.
is what led
Okay, so the reason that it's called the banana trick is that oftentimes people will use the, like, if they're stealing a food item, like a steak, for example, they will scan the barcode from a banana and then pay by weight per pound for the item, but the price for bananas per pound is, you know, like 50 cents or whatever, or, you know, $19 in today's money. Or, you know, they, like, basically some of the cameras can't identify the item. So when it scans banana and you have a steak on there, it doesn't know. It just weighs the steak and it's like, oh, you have this much banana, and then that's it. But the newer ones actually have the technology to identify items that you're putting in, and it's not just the weight. Jack says, I don't understand when you can just scan it and not pay at all. Well, you know, that's an interesting point. Now, number one, this girl is known, okay? We looked at her page. You know, a lot of people know who she is, and probably more in her town are aware of her. Wherever, Cape Coral there. I think everybody in her neighborhood knows who she is, and she makes content on TikTok and blah, blah, blah. So number one, it's brazen to just go out there. You have your kids with you, your husband with you, just blatantly stealing. And she can definitely afford it. That's the other thing, you know? Like, it's not like they pulled up to the shelter. You know, she's in a nice house. I don't know. I don't want to judge someone's reasoning. You know, maybe she had to get food for her babies, but it's tough to say watching that video, looking at the stuff that got purchased, I guess is the word. Maybe some of it was purchased, some of it wasn't, and that's what I'm saying. And Jack, like, if you're gonna steal, Jack has a great point here. If you're gonna steal, why not just steal? Like, why are you at the self-checkout doing a song and dance? Just throw everything in the cart and leave the store. They're not even gonna do anything. Well, at least not in that moment. Then they're gonna come to your house later, apparently. KO says, there's still a video. There's still a video if you're getting a steak. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and now the registers have their own cameras that are integrated to each register looking down at you, too. I've noticed. Because the ones here at the Meijer store, if you scan something in a way that it feels is unnatural, it will alert the employee to come over and look. And then on the screen, there's like a 5-second loop video of you scanning a thing and putting it in the bag. And it's so stupid because it makes you look like a criminal. Like I quit using the self-checkout there because of that. Because it's just like, if you're gonna make me work for you, because you can't even be bothered to hire cashier, and then you're gonna scold me that I didn't scan something correctly? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I don't have any training because I don't work here. It's crazy. Jack says she must just be putting on the show for clicks. Maybe, but the thing she's doing, though, is she takes the items that she stole and goes home and makes a TikTok about it. like if the investigators weren't sure which items she actually took, they could just go to her TikTok page and she will showcase every single thing she just bought in her grocery restock TikTok video. It's insane. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm missing a few here. KO says, oh my god, there's cases of that happening, Jack, all the time. Big Bird by me. Oh, Giant Eagle. Okay. People scan stuff and then just leave the stuff on the screen and walk out. Okay, so they ring everything up, put it all in the cart, and then just dip. Okay. I like that one. I mean, all of these are easy ways to get arrested. But I understand Jack's point of, if you're gonna steal, why are you going through the theatrics of all this, trying to trick the self-checkout and all that? It's the same crime either way, whether you shove it in your pants or pretend to pay for it or not. Jack says, I do it at least once a month at Walmart. Oh my god. He says, poor for real, my disability check doesn't cover everything with my expensive rent. You know what, man? A lot of people, I think, can identify with that. And I think I would make the argument, just anecdotally, that food manufacturers and grocers increasing prices 3, 4, and 5 times the rate of inflation, just as and using inflation as an excuse, or supply shortages as an excuse, the prices only go up. They don't come back down. So even when the supply shortage is over, it's been proven people will pay X amount of dollars more for a product, so they're going to sell it for that. And the prices just go up and up and up, and they keep blaming it on inflation. But inflation is a measurable number, and they are way above it, just like these fast food places are. In the stream where we talked about how the fast food places are ripping us off. CB says, good luck. Hopefully you don't get caught. Yes, I'm right there with you. Hopefully you don't get caught. definitely be careful. And this was not my purpose of the video, but I'll definitely be showing you some new measures that Target and Walmart are implementing to kind of curb these new issues. KO says, I don't understand. You have to scan a card. Whose card are they using? A stolen one. A stolen one. Or they use their own card and they think, I'm so slick at using this little side barcode that no one's going to know that I actually paid for, Kool-Aid packets when I got 4 dresses for my daughter or whatever she was buying. CB says, they are KO. People just like to spend their money on things like weed instead. Okay, yes. Yeah. Yes. KO, food and shelter should be affordable. Yes, I agree with you. They should, and I feel like CB is correct in that a lot of people have more money than they think, and they just manage it poorly. And that's not 100% their fault, but the knowledge is out there. The tools are out there to learn those things. But they definitely could teach that a little better in school. KO says, yes, sir, chicken tenders are $116 right now. And now when they go back down to $50, do you think we're going to lower our prices? Exactly. Okay. Crooked Orchids works in a restaurant, okay? And what she's saying is exactly the point I'm making. Chicken tenders are right now more than double than they normally cost. $116 instead of $50. But like she said, here in a few months, when that price goes back down to $50, they raised prices on chicken wings by $3 to cover that increase. Why would they drop the price back down? They have zero incentive to do that. I'm not even hating on the business, because you've proven that people will pay X amount of dollars for it. So what incentive do they have to lower prices other than maybe another place might be able to undercut you? But I feel like everyone will be doing it. So, yeah, you're 100% right. Jelly says, I spend a lot of money on weed, but I make sure my bills are paid first. Like a responsible little cog in the machine. Hey, that is very responsible of you. And you know what? You can spend your money on whatever you want to spend your money on. We work hard for our money. If you want to buy that or buy Spindrift, do it up. If you want to go to Crumble, if you want to go to McDonald's and pay $47 for 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches, you can. No one's stopping you, and if you derive enjoyment from that, then live life. Live life. Jack says, thanks. I doubt they will catch me with hard evidence. I can always just play dumb and forgetful the first time. Yes, if it's not anything serious, I think you're right about that. I think they would give you the benefit of the doubt. Because I think most people who steal from the self-checkout are not even trying to steal. I think people just do it wrong. A lot of people don't know how to operate simple computers, and that's what a self-checkout is. So for some people, they see that machine and they're like, oh, they're panicking. Jack says 116 for how many? That's for 40 pounds of chicken tenders. Okay, I got you. Well, then why is it $17 at Raising Cane's to get 3 chicken tenders with fries and a drink? Oh my God, I'm gonna open a chicken place. This is insane. That's right. CB says you got to be there for your son. You can't be in jail. That's right. Jelly says, I'm too damn responsible. Yeah. Yep, exactly. You know, being responsible is good, though. It will pay off. Jelly says, jail is a retirement plan. There you go. It's guaranteed food and shelter, right? KO says, live Moss. Yo quiero Taco Bell. And CB says, Raising Cane's is trash. I agree. All the fast food is trash now. And it's, the quality has gone down, the prices have gone up, the sizes have gone down. It's, you know, I can't keep making videos about it. But okay, so here is CB says, unless you have the taste buds of a 6-year-old that isn't Shell's kid. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. If Raising Cane's was all you ate, maybe it does taste good to you. And like, it's not horrible, but man, the amount of money that they want for these subpar foods, like just like the stream we did where we compared the prices of the things at restaurants to the things at the fast food places, and the sit down restaurants are cheaper. Go to Fridays, go to Applebee's, go to Chili's, save your money if you want to eat out, get something that's good. Jelly says Raising Cane's is white people chicken. Yeah, I agree. If you're gonna go for fast food chicken, Raising Cane's is not the one. Okay, so here is this is Think LP, loss prevention group or something, talking about the banana trick. It's not just like a thing I made up, but basically just describes the exact thing that I just said. So they'll use the sticker from the banana, ring up a steak, and then it looks like they paid, and they walk out. So that happens a lot, and people definitely are doing it. KO says, what's that chicken style just tenders? I don't know that much about the chicken fast food. Raising Cane's, yeah, it's just chicken tenders. That's all they have. They have chicken tenders and fries, and they have a sauce. They have their own sauce that people are obsessed with. Plain tenders, no seasoning, Jelly says. Usually not crunchy, but soggy fried. Agree. And they have Texas toast. Sauce on the side. It's so white. The sauce is ketchup and mayo mixed. It is... It also has Worcestershire sauce and garlic powder in it. I used to know all the ingredients. I can't remember. Paprika, something else. It's a very basic sauce. It's just mayonnaise and ketchup, basically. Yes, it's so stupid. I don't know why people pay so much for it. It's really a crime. But yeah, so people have been hip to the banana trick for a while now. Oh, I got him. I got our man on mute. Sorry.
The process that he's talking about, tickets.
So Walmart puts an end to potential theft with the banana trick technique. In its self-checkout,
I've been getting tagged in this video. So the process that he's talking about, ticket switching. And ticket switching has been a huge problem since Walmart decided to take away their cashiers. So for about a decade, okay, people would go into the store, grab a high dollar value item. More than likely it's diapers, electronics, or hygiene. Isn't that amazing? And they'll go into grocery and get like a Kool-Aid packet or something else that brings it for 10 to 35 cents. They will then, if they're really smart, tape it. If they're not, they hold it.
Hold on a second. So they're getting a whole stroller and ringing up a Kool-Aid packet for 40 cents? That's crazy. Jelly says, oh, so they do know seasonings. Yeah, in the sauce. They have seasoning in the sauce. That's where the seasoning is at Cane's. Sorry to Cane's to ruin that secret for you. CB says, just make tenders at home for like 1/10 of the price. Agree. Alexander says, I've never had any of these fancy chicken places by me, but down south, I've had Zaxby's and Bojangles. I remember both being great. Bojangles is great. I've had that. And Biscuitville. I've not had Biscuitville. CB says, Zaxby's is as yuck as Raising Cane's. Okay. Jack says, new technique just dropped. Yeah, that's right. It's called ticket switching. This did not just drop. This video is from Ash the Truth from 2023. This is
old scan with
2.5-year-old video here. She's laying it out for us.
the way that the cameras are getting so good. I just did a video about this. Cameras are so
She
good.
did
They
a
can
video
read your
about this,
information
guys.
from your ID.
She's teaching everybody how to steal. If you click on the link in bio right now, you can get a deal on the stealing course where you watch her private videos about how to steal.
If you do that, you will literally just
I'm just kidding. That was totally a joke. This person is probably not a criminal at all.
get police to your house. Now just wait until they hear about the box stuffing. Man, they aren't even prepared, Wally Mart, for the box stuffing trick.
Oh, yes, they are. It's being done. Trust me. We're going to see some box stuffing out here. So, I think that it's funny. Jack brought up playing dumb. And that doesn't always work. Because it just depends on what kind of evidence they have on you before they intervene. Because some of these loss prevention guys, they're on it, dude. They're on it. Like that one channel we watched, Gas Station Encounters, where they have the guy that narrates people stealing from them, and then they confront them with cell phones in hand. I love that stuff. That is great content. KO says, one of my favorite moments of an employee not wanting to do their job was I went to Whole Foods to get a huge steak for buns for his birthday, and I unpack the Delmonico after thinking I paid too little and saw they put a sticker for chicken breast on the steak. No way. You got a Delmonico for chicken price? Lord have mercy. See, you might have got the hookup there. You might have got the hookup that time. Jack says the Kool-Aid packets are 30 cents each. Not that you're checking it or anything, right? CV says, all these TikTok people be stealing. This girl's stealing from Target. Our girl Janelle just stealing right from her followers directly. I know. Isn't that the truth, dude? Well, the stores are fighting back, and this young man, he works at Walmart, and he's going to let you know what will happen if you try and steal.
I just want to let y'all know, if y'all are coming in Walmart and taking shit, it is not as sweet as y'all think it is. Y'all might think y'all have gotten away with it, but you haven't. So they have these things called secret shoppers, and it's people that look like ordinary people in here shopping or whatever that watch for people stealing. And it's the people that you would definitely not think would be them that is them. They've tried to get me to do it several times, but I'm not a fucking op. But anyways, how it works is they walk around. They have several people.
Some places refer to these guys as floor walkers as well.
People that do it.
Or, what's the other term? Plainclothes loss prevention.
And they're just walking around. They'll have a buggy, look like they're shopping or something, but they are just watching all their surroundings, looking for suspicious people, looking for, shit that looks out of the ordinary. And they'll sit there and watch you through fucking cracks at the end of the aisles. They'll sit there and watch you on cameras and everything.
Not through the cracks. They're watching through the cracks
or anything like that. Especially if they have somebody in training, they're in that fucking room stalking the cameras. And even if you do steal something, pocket something, skip scan. If you don't know what skip scanning is, it's at the self checkout where you act like you scan something and you don't. They watch those the most. That's the most theft in the store right there. They watch.
See, skip scan seems like the easiest thing that they could do, because if you don't scan an item but the machine detects that the weight has increased in the bags, then they're obviously going to catch that. It probably flags the video automatically when that happens. That's how they're so easy to catch them. KO says, I've also got charged for potato cakes from a deli, $99 an ounce, and they wanted me to pay $500 for a few items. Yes. Is it made of gold? Yeah, gold potato cakes. I know, I'm not an op. I thought that was funny too. CB says, this old boy's hair is something else. That's the broccoli. That's the broccoli hair, man. The broccoli is the thing now. Everybody wants that broccoli. Meech says, fed the miners. What did I miss? Not much. We're talking about people who steal from Target and Walmart and what Target and Walmart are doing to fight back. Yeah, CB says new yuzu spinny we need to find. Yes. I'm gonna try and find that and the grape. Okay, so I'll let him finish here.
You watch those like a fucking hawk. But say if you do skip scan or pocket some and you manage to walk out with it, good for you. They're running up a tab on you. And how they do that is if they don't stop you before you walk out, say if it's something small or some shit like that, they may not even stop you. But
now, we talked about that before. They have a civil asset recovery team that their whole job is to like sue people for stuff that they've stolen from Walmart. So they'll come to you and say, hey, we have video of you stealing this, this, and this. If you pay us X amount of dollars, we won't take it to the police, or you can just get arrested. And they actually get a lot of money by doing that. Like, I think hundreds of millions of dollars is what we're talking about there. Okay, yes, the broccoli hair. Meech says, I'll be all over that yuzu. Yeah, it sounds really good.
Trust me, they got your name, they got your records.
Yeah,
and they know who you are.
Because you're paying with your credit card. You drive in with your card. They have the picture of your license plate. They got everything.
Watch you next time you come in.
They have computers probably that can compile all the information automatically, track you around the store, dude.
Is because if they add it to the tab and the tab reaches $1,000, next time you come in there, they can charge you with felony shoplifting. It has to reach $1,000 before it's a felony, and they wait for it to reach.
Some places it's more. Some places it's $1,200. Some places it's $800. Just depends where you're at.
A felony. Walmart workers too. Don't think you're safe either. They watch us motherfuckers like crazy too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, you are right.
Keep that in mind.
They do. We're going to see some employees who thought they were smarter than Walmart here in a second. But here is a guy talking about how they're tracking the theft.
If you are consistently stealing merchandise from Walmart, you are going to get caught and you're going to get arrested.
This guy.
And I used to work at Target in 2019,
he is not quiet.
so I know what I'm talking about here. So say that you walk into your local Walmart and you steal a small item. Say it's worth $5. And you just walk out with it. Walmart doesn't give a damn about a $5 item. So you just walk right out the front doors with a $5 stolen piece of merchandise.
Will says, I accidentally stole a 2-pack of shop towels. So I guess I got a $4 tab. Oh no. They're going to send the sheriff to your house, dude. And I think that's what most of the theft is through the self-checkouts is just accidental theft. And if they would just have a cashier like we always had for decades, and it worked just fine, no one stole from the grocery store because you're all forced through this little teeny tiny area and all your stuff is right there and the person rings it up. It's very simple. We've had it figured out for a long time, but they wanted to involve computers and they were going to make it better, and it's not better, it's worse. And they're paying the price. So, and shoppers too. Meech says, this is like in Singapore. There's basically no crime because the entire country's on video and has face recognition. You could never get away with anything. Oh yeah, dude. Singapore is... They have a lot of laws that would appear to be like draconian or like, oh wow, you can't chew gum here. That's silly. No, because like all of those little things that like, you know, in their eyes, make society less beautiful. They just eliminate that. Any chance of gum getting stuck to a park bench? Nope, not happening here because you can't chew gum. And if you do, you're going to get arrested. I love it. CB says, I don't know why people think they can steal and never get caught. You definitely will at some point. Yes, I agree. Jack says, Meech, aren't they extremely strict on crime, like executing people for hard drugs? Yes. Yes, they do. If you have drugs in Singapore, your life's pretty much over. If you have, especially like a quantity, oh my gosh, yes. They're serious over there. They're busting people who are chewing gum, brother. They are not letting any kind of drugs fly over there.
Merchandise, easy enough. But that's where they get you, because now that you did it once, you start to feel confident. And you start to feel confident in stealing larger items. So the next time you go to Walmart, you steal a $100 item. But yet again, you walk out and nothing happens. So the next time you go back, you steal a $500 item. And yet again, you walk out and nothing happens.
Okay.
So now you walk in for the fourth time feeling all confident. They're never going to catch me. Yeah, they are. And this time you $1,200 in total stolen merchandise. That is a felony. And
yes. So $1,200 in this gentleman's area. It's Trevor Abney. He's a former employee of Target and Walmart. Wanted to include him in there because it's not just the one guy saying this. And like I was saying, it's not just the employee, or it's not just the customers. The employees think that they can get one over on Walmart too. Meech says when you enter the country, you have to do a full face scan and fingerprint scan. Okay, so it's just like Disney, where they have the face tracking that just follows you everywhere. Yeah, absolutely. Meech says, I had to empty all my weed because I couldn't risk even entering the country with edibles. Yeah, no, they'll like put you in prison for 100 years. Like you cannot risk any kind of anything in Singapore, definitely. But what a beautiful place to vacation still. Jack says, Meech, they definitely sell that data. They might. Oh, okay, Jack says, or Meech says, Jack, public caning. Wow, public caning is the punishment, and they're heavy on capital punishment. Okay, I got you. Yeah. Okay, so here is, let's check out this employee here.
Alright, so they got you on camera, basically taking money from the register, putting it in your pocket.
Shock Pikachu face. I love everyone's shock Pikachu face. I'm just curious, you know. How do the guilty try to appear innocent? I like, you know, everyone has kind of a different idea. Well, I'm gonna look confused. I'm gonna look angry. I'm gonna look shocked. You know?
Pocket.
Money? Where?
Yeah.
Huh? Money? What is that? What are you talking about? Money? I've not heard of this
On
before.
camera. Would you be able to empty out your pockets?
My pockets? Why? Look at her smiling. She sees that little smile right there. I already know. Now, if you'll notice, she's being very careful about how she took that stuff out of that one pocket.
And my money.
Okay, you take that out.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Our suspect can be seen here pulling out some questionable cash from her vest pocket. Let's see what happens next.
Do you have anything else in your pockets?
No, sir. I mean, no.
Okay, I'm gonna have you go ahead and place your items right there.
She got the sir and ma'am backwards for both of them. Is she doing that on purpose to troll, or is this like maybe she's had a couple sips? She's loose on the goose, as KO says. So many times you can see the cameras are all over. Yeah, exactly. Like, what do you do? Like, there's people who work at Walmart and Target, and their whole job is to watch cameras. And then other people, their whole job is to walk around the store and pretend to be a customer to watch the other customers.
I'm gonna have you turn and face the wall right here. I'm gonna pat you down. You got nothing on you?
Which pocket did she put in?
I have my own money.
Okay. Well,
She keeps saying, well, I have my own money, because she's got the money that she stole and she's not able to hide it. Micha's once a couple years ago, when I was checking out at Target and I was with all 4 kids, I forgot to tell the cashier I had diapers under the cart. Oh my gosh. Felony diaper theft ring over here. Jack says she's flustered. Yeah, she's definitely flustered. They caught her off guard. Micha's, when I realized that she missed it, I had to haul all 4 kids back into the store to prove to them that you can't walk out without paying. If my kids weren't with me, I might have just left. Well, hey, you know, that's a good lesson for your kids to learn. Certainly. And honestly, as we learned previously, just because you got out doesn't mean you got away with it. So going back and paying definitely is the thing to do, even if it was an accident and nothing happened, because they might be tracking that. They might be tracking that, and they're like, "Oh, you stole this," and they've got a file on you. You know, they got the diaper file. Jack says, "I remember my dad doing that over milk. Can confirm it won't stop them doing it in the future if the economy forces them into it." Yeah. KO says, "Oh my god, right, Meech? Going back sucks, but you did the right thing." Yeah, absolutely. And when one person has 4 kids, it's really on the cashier to scan all the items. You know, it's not your job at that point. That's what I always say, like, "Oh, really? Sorry, I missed that in my training."
I mean, it's on camera.
Can I see for myself?
She wants to see the evidence, guys, so that she can formulate the story properly here. We need to know what kind of things they have on film here, so we can come up with a valid excuse for it.
So?
I'm going to show you the pictures just to show you. There's a camera like literally right above
I know that. Of course.
So here's the times that I guess you were taking it.
Now, how are you getting... These people are getting ads, like, on their security footage? What is this? What is this video right here?
The other days, right? The other days? Okay.
I can't see nothing. I see me.
Okay, so she's got the picture there.
Daja's asked to write a statement about what happened with the money.
What I need you to do is write a statement about why you have this money and explain to us what has happened on these previous days.
How can I know what happened if it looked like I'm taking money out of the drawer?
I'm just letting you know, it's all in video, okay? So, I need you to write a statement about what has happened.
Now, to play her advocate here, she does not have to give a statement at all to anyone. She does not have to give a statement. Basically, they're trying to get her to admit that she stole the money. Like, hey, can you make our case easier by just writing down that you stole the money? Absolutely ridiculous move here by the police. Let's see if it works. KO says, I've done that with bird food when I'm with my mom and I go back. Yeah, you gotta go back. Meech says, does this girl not know what balancing a register entails? Exactly. Like, how did she think this was gonna go? All they have to do is pull the cash drawer, do the balance, and figure out how much cash she has in her pocket. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The money's just missing from the register, so she just took it.
I hear him. I hear him.
She's getting a little upset, guys. She's a little upset right now. Nope, not getting out of control. But it seems like the female officer really gets under her skin. Jack says, my last job, the manager had been caught stealing over $5,000 on camera, and they still rehired him for next season because he's that good at sales. Man, so they're underpaying him so hard that he could steal $5,000 from him, and they were like, you know what? We'll still keep paying you because you do so good for so little money. That's actually a little sad. Okay, so here is part 2 of that arrest, because I know you guys want to know what happened.
Now, y'all gonna make me mad. I'm being calm right now because I'm trying to see what's going on.
With our confused
guys, don't make her mad, okay? She's confused right now. She's just confused. Don't be making her mad.
Agitated,
There's no reason for that.
It isn't long until the situation escalates.
Man, it's getting dark in here. What
Can
happened?
I put my stuff back up here?
No,
now?
just leave him up there.
This is my that I bought for my
Okay, man.
Write the
listen.
statement.
We're gonna.
This is
keep
my
your
stuff,
out.
though. What y'all
Okay, right now you're in
mean?
custody, okay? So I need you to
Custody
get
for
your
what?
stuff out. All right, just write the statement.
Like, this is my stuff I bought with my money. Why
Okay,
can't I
so
put
then
it back
write
in
that
my-
on the statement.
I am.
Okay, you don't need to yell at me.
See, every time the female officer says anything, she just lights her up. Yeah, Meech, I don't know. That's a crazy story, Jack. I can't believe, like, that business owner must have really been raking in the money from that manager. To hire someone back who steals from you is crazy, because when I was in restaurants, if someone steals and you bust them, and let's say they only stole $20, you need to stop it right then, because they have plans to steal more. You know, in my experience, in restaurant business, tons of people are trying to steal from you. That's just the way it is. It's the nature of it. There's cash around, and it's not being supervised all the time. Meech says, my first job was a cashier at Giant Eagle, which is a grocery store. And let me tell you, sometimes we would look the other way for some really hard-up looking people stealing baby formula and lunch meat. Sometimes it's sad. And you know what? I think even police, if they get called to the scene and a mom is stealing baby formula and, like, you know, lunch meat, like you're saying, let them have it. You know? Like, geez, what are we doing? You're sending that lady to jail? Like her kids weren't having a hard enough time already because she doesn't even have money to buy formula or sandwich meat for them. And our solution's to throw her in jail because it's her fault. It's not, no one's holding Kraft Heinz and Nabisco and Nestle accountable for raising their prices 15 times above what the actual inflation rate is. Nobody pays attention to those crimes. It's only the crimes of the poor that get actually punished. Jack says use tires and rims. Yeah, that's right, man. Meech based, yeah, for sure. For sure. KO says, I joke with my owner that the only reason he keeps me is because I don't eat meat, so I'm not eating the ribs and wings. I know, right? Jeez, man. And that's sad. That's a sad reality. You know? When I worked in full service, you know who's stealing food? Is the servers all the time. But you know why? It's because they're hungry. You know? If you're a restaurant manager, feed your employees. Give them food for free and they'll never steal from you. Problem solved. Okay? There's a little secret for you from my years of restaurant management. Feed your employees and they won't steal. Meech says, we would always be short on formula that was for lactose intolerant babies because it was double the price. Yeah. You know, that makes sense. And those are the kind of things that, I mean, honestly, I don't really think about. I don't have kids. I don't realize, like, you know, I know that formula is expensive, but yeah, that's probably one of the most stolen items in the grocery store. You're right. That and condoms. It's formula and condoms. That's all the lost leaders, right?
I'm grown as hell. Don't talk to me how I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, oh, you're about to find out how grown you are, for sure.
I am, but let them.
I like the little Halloween themed shirt she's wearing, though, with the little bones.
My people, the people that I'm working for, let them talk to me, please.
Okay,
Y'all
well,
don't have
they called
to.
us to assist, so now we're here. So now you're gonna write that statement.
I'm not talking to y'all, please.
I'm talking to you.
But I'm not.
She says, I'm not talking to you, as she writes a statement admitting her wrongdoing.
Talking to you, I'm talking to him.
I'm telling you what's happening.
Okay, but like, what?
Also, you do not have to fill this out for Walmart. They're firing you anyway, regardless of what you write on this. So don't incriminate yourself. This is crazy. Meech says, for real, we used to have 1 meal per shift. If you worked a double, you got 2 meals. Sometimes you don't have time to eat on those shifts. See, you can't serve food and be hungry. That's wrong. And, you know, 1 meal per shift is fine, but like, dude, one place I worked at, the owner would be like, "Oh, well, you know, in order to get the free meal, they have to work a minimum 4 hours. So if a kid comes into work after school and works 3-hour shift because he's 16, I have to charge him for his dinner? Like, gross, dude. Feed your employees or else they will steal the equivalent of the wage that they think they deserve. Trust me, I've seen it a lot. CB says, I got fat because Dairy Queen was my first job and we got as much free ice cream as we wanted. See, they knew what was up. They knew what was up. And with something like ice cream, once you eat that so much, you're not going to want it anymore. You know, like I worked at Panera. All of those things in the bakery that look so good or whatever, I after a month there, I didn't want any of that stuff. And they know you're not going to take it. So even if you do, it's not hurting them. Mish says, I can't even remember the last time I had it. Oh man. Dairy Queen is really good. I haven't had Dairy Queen in a while either. Jelly says, why are you depriving yourself, CB? That's right. Get you a chili dog and a Blizzard upside down. Will says, DQ was my first job too. That's cool, man. It's a good first job. A lot of people where I grew up worked at the local Dairy Queen. Meech says, you need to find the chefs that make mistakes on orders so they slip you the food. Yeah, there you go. The mistakes. That's what you need. You need somebody willing to make a mistake for you so you can eat the mess ups. Oh man, CB is in a Dairy Queen desert. 30 minutes away to get to Dairy Queen. Oh, that's tragic. Well, you could ride your new bike. That'd be a good treat. That'd be a good reward for a long ride, you know. Will says, I stole the cheesecake chunks they put in the blizzard out of the freezer. I'd grab a cup full and munch on them. Hey, that sounds good, dude. Those little frozen cheesecake chunks are so... Oh, man. The cheesecake blizzard is delicious. I can never even finish it. I get a small now, and I can't even finish it. It's crazy. But they're so good. I think my favorite regular one there is probably like the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. That's a good blizzard. Jelly says, I think I remember this convo from years ago, CB. You deserve it by now. That's right. You deserve... Treat yourself. Get that Dairy Queen. What are you doing? Drive the 30 miles. Make Bobby drive. Say, Bobby, I need Dairy Queen in my life. And he'll make it happen for you. I guarantee you. Will says, we've got 2 Dairy Queens in our small town. That's awesome. I think every town has to have 2 Dairy Queens. I think it's like a requirement. Okay, so here, really quick, here's another employee. And he didn't steal, like a couple $100. Like, look at this.
Yeah, you understand his rights. Okay. You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. Do you understand?
This guy works in the tire service center of Walmart, and he has stolen over $20,000 in tires from Walmart.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I understand.
Meech says the Reese's Cup Blizzard is my pick as well. Hey, great minds. It's a good one. You can't go wrong there. CB says my go-to is the vanilla ice cream, Oreo, brownie chunk, marshmallow sauce. Does that have a name, or is that just like a custom? That's a custom order. Okay. Will says DQ's too expensive now. It's like $7 for a Blizzard. What? Okay. Wow. That's a lot. Like, again, they're right there with McDonald's. It's like, you guys don't have that great of a product. It's not even real ice cream. Like, what are you charging us $7 for? You paid 30 cents for the little crushed up pieces of candy, and it's probably, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't the actual candy that it purports to be. But it's ground up, so how would you ever know? I don't know. These are just things I think of. Don't sue me, Dairy Queen. Maybe Dairy Queen will sponsor the show. This is the kind of sponsorship we need. I'm hoping Crumble reaches out, you know? Like, Crumble will just, like, the marketing person will be like, Dear Mr. 30-something subs, we need you... we need you to advertise our cookies on the stream. Then we can have the ad-free YouTube, guys. Becky says, nothing better than K-Cream, Meech knows. Yeah. Krispy Kreme's good. That is a really good one. Wait, K-Cream? Is that an ice cream place? Sorry. I thought you were talking about Krispy Kreme. Is that like a local, like, Tasty Freeze type of a thing? Okay. Haven't been there this year. It's an institution. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. I got you. CB says, DQ's ice cream legit comes in a bag that you hook up to the machine. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's really appetizing, right? Meech says, I'd be looking like AKA Peter Griffin if I had one summer next to K-Cream.
AKA Peter Griffin. And this is not a laughing matter.
No, it's not. Dairy Queen is not a laughing matter. K-Cream, not a laughing matter. KO says, I am lactose and only eat the cookie and the fudge crumble that DQ has in their cake. Okay. Meech says, no, Drew, K-Cream is an ice cream place in Lorain near Lake Erie. It's a small family-owned place. Okay. I'll have to check that out next time. Next time I'm up there. Maybe we'll have a meetup in Cleveland, you know, and I'll go to the ice cream, the K-Cream ice cream place. But yeah, I thought this was nuts. How do you get away with 20 grand worth of tires?
During any question, you understand. You cannot afford a lawyer. You are entitled to the presence and representation of a court-appointed lawyer.
Sign that. That's not admission of guilt. That's just stating that we read you your Miranda warnings. So,
Oh.
yeah. So I need to hear from you what
So the hoodie guy comes up to me and says, hey, you happen to have some clearance? I'm like, yeah, I have some, but I have other work to do, but just give me a second and I can pursue that. Just kind of go from there, make a transaction for him. Comes up, load up his tires. Yeah. You want me to give you a whole breakdown? Or?
You remember when I said that if I'm gonna ask you a question, it's because I already know the answers, right?
And then, yeah.
So don't bullshit me, okay?
Okay.
So once again, tell me detail what detail.
Oh, he's breaking down the scam, you guys.
Other than some random hoodie guy.
Okay, hold on. This is getting good.
Right? Yeah. So let's not play. All right.
Oh, Beck says she'll meet me there. All right. Nice.
Okay. All right. Well, stand up. Put your hand behind your back. You're gonna be placed under arrest. All right.
Okay, so oh no, he didn't want to give it up. He didn't want to give it up. Okay. All right.
Okay, all right. There's parts here, so I'm sure they can
Man.
Hey, just secure them in your vehicle. Now let's just talk to them.
20 grand worth of tires is crazy, but that's not that many tires. Tires are expensive, you know? But sounds like he was working with somebody. CB says, do you people not realize they do not have to talk to the cops ever? Yeah, I'm with you. If a police officer comes up to you and asks you a question, don't answer. It's not suspicious not to answer. It is your right. That's why they have to tell you before they talk to you, you have the right to remain silent, and you should definitely use it. Because they are skilled liars, and they are good at their job, some of them, and others, you know, they don't really have justice in their top interests, you know. Meech says, CB, I think people do know that in theory, but in practice they get flustered or they think they can talk their way out of it. Everybody thinks they can talk their way out of it. It's, who's the comedian that's like, has the bit about the first 48? It's probably somebody who got canceled and whatever. I'll get in trouble for bringing them up again. Like the other comedian I referenced one time, but but like, yeah, so the bit about the first 48 is a show about people who, about the investigators who investigate homicides. And it's like they follow real homicide detectives. I think it's Tom Segura. They follow real homicide detectives while in the first 48 hours of an investigation. And yeah. And he says, Meech says, I used to love the first 48. I think his line in reference to that is the guy who thinks, oh, I'm just going to talk to the police. We're going to sort this whole thing out. No, you're doing 25 to life, okay? Ask for a lawyer and then shush. CB says, no offense to cops, but there is no scenario where I'm talking to them, letting them in my house, etc. ever. Agree. Yeah. No reason to. I'm with you. Becky says, I love some First 48. They filmed in Cleveland. Well, I don't know if that's good. I don't know if you want to be in the place where they're filming the First 48. Okay, so here, check this out. This lady, she is like a pro thief. She's
Officers
been
were
busted.
dispatched to Target in response to an ongoing shoplifting incident.
An ongoing shoplifting incident. Now, the reason that they keyed in on this woman is because loss prevention officers, like you guys were referencing earlier, loss prevention officers were able to recognize her face from stealing from a Target in a different state. Okay?
While en route, the officers were informed by loss prevention staff that the female suspect had already concealed items in a container.
Now, she's got the chips on the bottom, she's got a Tupperware, and she has some sort of a lamp on top of the Tupperware, and she's putting stuff in the Tupperware, put the lamp back on top of the Tupperware. It's empty. Don't even need to look in there, right?
The loss prevention officer recognized the suspect from a previous incident at a different Target in another state. Upon arrival, the officers waited for the suspect to pass all points of sale before taking further action.
Backed up? No, she's grabbing more stuff. It's a felony? Yeah, maybe they'll reach a felony.
So, like, they had enough time to call the police, get the police there.
Yeah, some of these people that we stopped are like, what, it's a felony? I thought it was $1,000.
They're just standing there waiting. They're like, man, is she gonna steal already? Jeez, it's taking forever.
The officers waited for 20 minutes until the female suspect eventually attempted to exit the store with a box full of merchandise.
Hi.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good.
I know we're gonna detain you for shoplifting here, so you're not going anywhere, but...
Shock Pikachu. What? What do you mean? Shoplifting? I didn't lift any shops today.
We're just gonna check your box here.
Sir, you don't have to detain me.
No.
Just follow him, please.
You don't have to detain me.
Yes, ma'am, you do. Please follow
I'll
him.
just pay now.
Man, no one's doing this to you.
I'll
You
just
need to follow
pay.
him.
Yeah, don't do this to me. Exactly. No one is doing this to you. You did this. You did this to yourself. You caused this situation. Oh, Becky says, I don't live in Cleveland. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Well, you're safe then. You're in Lorain area. Okay, that's right. Sorry, I don't my Cleveland geography is not the greatest. CB says, was the subject of the first 48 in Cleveland Mule's mom? Becky says, I probably can't remember. Meech says, oh my god, so 2 years ago, my daughter won a ride to school with a police officer. And when they came to pick her up, I invited them all into the house for coffee and stuff. Later on, baby daddy was like, why did you let them in? Do you know nothing about the rules of a vampire? I like that. Yeah, exactly. CB, I'm with you. Yeah, I definitely... Now, I am not saying that I'd be rude to the police. I'm always very cordial, and generally, in my experience, in my current area, they've been very helpful every time that I've had to deal with them. But also, I would not invite them inside, probably. Just because, well, really, because I've seen all these body cam things, and all of this stuff is one Freedom of Information Act request away from your entire whatever being on YouTube. So, you know, that's always out there. Beach says, maybe I did. Who knows? They could have seen anything. They could have seen anything, right? Exactly. Or thought they saw something. And then they're building a case, you know? They're like, wait, is this the lady who stole the diapers? Oh my god. All right. Add it to the file. Do you have plugs on your coffee table? Your home seems to be very put together. Plugs on the coffee table. Meech, do you have plugs on your coffee table? I do not have plugs on my coffee table. My coffee table is made of wood. It was made by Amish craftsmen a long time ago. CB says, cordial, of course, but you do not volunteer anything. Exactly. Meech says, not the diapers. Oh, I'm going to remember. I got your record here in the filing cabinet.
Choice is yours.
Are you taking me to jail?
You're being detained right now. You can be detained with or without cuffs.
Are you taking me to jail?
Yeah, that's how this works, lady. You commit a crime, you go to jail now. Ooh, in the bathroom? What are we doing? Oh my. Oh. Okay, so that was... I want to see what she had in there. Okay, so she's got Xbox gaming headset. Really? This lady's on Fortnite? Hold on a second. What is she stealing that for? What else she got? Oh man, she's got like a bunch of printer ink cartridges, packing tape. You're stealing packing tape and ink cartridges? Like what? Goo Gone? Ajax? Why are you risking it all for some packing tape and gaming headphones? What is happening, lady? Oh my gosh. Okay, so it looks like we're only in part 1. I'm not going to follow the whole saga, but if you do want to check it out, that is from True Crime Case Files on TikTok. And that video was from August of 2024, okay? Then, recently, I saw this video from our friend, Meeches, is that a bottle of Goo Gone? I'm dying. I know, dude, like, what do you... She stole Goo Gone packing tape, printer ink cartridges, and a gaming headset. That woman stole a gaming headset. Lord have mercy. CB says, good luck getting a job with the felony you're getting, ma'am. You know what? Maybe she's the next big, like, Fortnite streamer, okay? She already bought the X... well, she probably didn't. She probably stole the Xbox. She stole the Xbox from another state. And then now she was about to have the headset and the ink cartridges that she needed to perfect her streaming setup. But yeah, definitely not going to be getting a job anytime soon when you're all over the internet stealing stuff from Target and Walmart. Makes no sense. But I saw this video from our friend Lindy Glenn, and
where can I find creators who...
It's from a few weeks ago. It's called Theft is Destroying Retail. Shoplifters are running wild. And she has some crazy clips in there. Like, she's like me. She must have like an insane TikTok algorithm, because when you look through her videos, like, the themes are so random and scattered. Like, it's definitely TikTok influence. Beach says she was so close to creating the perfect setup. I know. She would have got partner for sure. Okay, so here's Lindy, and I'll let her set this one up. Look at these guys just like walking out with huge bags. This looks like a shoe store.
He's just stomping on the TV. The TV's probably broken now, though.
Fuck. You mad? You mad?
Oh no!
I do love some
The
just
stolen
desserts,
beer was
don't you?
spilled.
Today I want to talk about shoplifting and how blatant and egregious it's become. I had personally speculated that the rise of these excessive glass cases in retail stores were almost a sign of these retailers trying to push online
And that's what a
sales
lot of these
versus
places
foot
are
traffic in
doing.
the stores.
They're putting
And
everything
after
behind
seeing
glass.
some
So
of
nobody wants to
the
go shop
worst
at these places
shoplifting
anymore
videos that I
because
have
you have to
ever
wait for an
seen,
employee
I
to
believe
get
that
one
would
thing.
ever. Let's
It's not
take a
even
look
worth
at
going
some of
to anymore.
The worst acts of shoplifting that I have ever seen.
What's it say? Hold on. A flash mob has robbed a Nike store in Los Angeles, stealing $12,000 worth of goods. That's wow. But I mean, again, at Nike, 12 grand's not that hard to run up, right? This is Will's favorite. This Lindy was Will's favorite, right? Last time. I don't know why. This is crazy. Like, they're not even, like, even a little bit worried about getting caught. Meech says the mic placement on Miss Lindy. I don't know what you mean. Shoplifter comes to TJ Maxx every week, you all. Every week he shows up and steals. Like, you couldn't have got the cops there in the time it took him to collect all of that stuff? Look at all the stuff this man has. He can hardly walk, he's stolen so much.
And he just walks out.
Jack says innovative mic placement. Again, I am unable to detect
Walks out. So
what you're talking
Before I go
about.
any further, I did have a couple of comments that were almost defensive.
Now, I don't want to like just play her video because she obviously is captivating. You can check her stuff out. But she had some really good clips here. Like this dude, like look at this guy.
And he pays. Yeah, that's right. I caught the third one, and he came in and he actually paid. And then I go to get my phone to call the police.
So
So-
I completely understand.
So she caught a person stealing from her. Meech, what are we doing? What are we doing? Exactly. She caught a person stealing from her, and they paid with their credit card, so she had their information, so she just called the police. I love that.
And where Walmart and these other retailers are coming from, especially after seeing a lot of these videos. That doesn't necessarily mean that putting everything behind glass cases is the wise choice. My sister was also a manager.
Okay.
Wow.
Look at this. They took
Just
the
a
whole
freaking rack.
a whole rack, and then you're just where are you going with that? You're gonna run down the road with a full rack of clothes? Like, yeah, police, these guys are gonna be really hard to detect. They have a 25-foot rack of clothing they're wheeling down the sidewalk.
Down one of the thieves in the line of fire.
This gang of women just shoplifted a car.
This
full
one's
of
crazy. This is the one. This is the one right here. Check this out.
Wow. You can hear the siren from the security arches.
And I'm no shade. I legitimately thought that the other person may have been concealing some stuff in their pants, but I was wrong after examining the video closer, and I apologize. The rack video is goofy, says Jack. Yeah, I know. I'm with you. Like, Meech says, how are we subtly getting away with a whole goddamn rack? Yeah, it's so stupid. These guys, they just filled up some carts and they're just throwing it in the car while being recorded by maybe store staff, maybe just like other customers. Got the license plate. All right. Yep, got her face in there. Get in the car. Oh no, not the kid's in the car. The kid was in the car
Just
waving.
backing up
Oh,
between the
that's
carts.
sad. Don't bring your kids when you're stealing stuff. Come on, you guys. Meech says, not to be mean, but the girl with lymphedema ain't going nowhere fast. Is that what that's called? Okay. Yeah, you know, they did not look like track stars. I will give you that. I will give you that.
Right between the carts.
That was very skilled backing right there. She can drive that car. Not one bit of food is crazy, Jack says. Yeah, you know what? It's like an organized thing. They don't, it's not for them. It's all for resale. That's what's ruining this. So, if you guys want to check out Lindy's video, Theft is Destroying Retail, Shoplifters Are Running Wild. She has a couple, from the past couple months about, like, stealing from Walmart and stuff like that. Yeah, kids in the car is horrible. Exactly, Meech. That's the worst part. Like, the little kid in the back waving to the person who's filming. Jack says, worst part is she took a handicap spot and didn't need it. Yes. You know, $250 ticket for that. Put that on there. KO says, Drew would never bring his ducks on a crime spree. Exactly. My ducks are never coming on a crime spree. They would be horrible accomplices, for one. They are going to rat you out almost immediately. They are very loud. But all is not lost, okay? These stores are fighting back, okay? Walmart received some alarming police data that correlated with their the start of their self-checkout program, and basically they're figuring out what everyone knew, is that all of the theft coming from Walmart is from the stupid self-checkouts. Not to mention, your paying customers hate the self-checkout too. We don't work at the store. Have an employee stand there. We paid for the thing. We're already overpaying for everything. Don't make us work too, you know? But yeah, so basically they've tested getting rid of self-checkout machines at Walmart, and it worked. They are reducing they're reducing the, let's see here. The Shrewsbury Police Department responded to 509 calls from a particular Walmart location between January and May of last year. But during the same period this year, after self-checkouts were removed, those calls dropped to just 183. Arrests fell by more than half, from 108 to just 49. Like, what a huge drop in crime. And like I said, I would like to attribute at least a lot of it to accidental misscanning or forgetting to scan items. But that's not going to happen if you have an employee whose job it is to scan all the items. It's very simple. Becky says there's a Walmart worker here that will park all day in a handicap spot. Oh, that's no good. Get the police out here. Yes, Meech, yeah, they are horrible accomplices. When you're trying to be quiet, you do not want a bunch of ducks around. I'll tell you that. Jelly says it's basically Beanie Babies, but with social media. Yes. Okay, so basically he says they ended up realizing they're not saving money by not having cashiers. They're actually losing money. They're losing more money from theft from self-checkouts than they would if they paid cashiers to do the job of cashiers. It is insane. Insane. Okay, so Target, their idea, and this is straight from the Target website, their idea is they're not going to get rid of self-checkout, but now they've limited self-checkout to people who have 10 or fewer items, okay, at most of their 2,000 stores nationwide, and they say it's to give guests an easy and convenient option for a quick trip with our traditional staffed lanes available for when their cart is full. Now, that's great to spin it like that, but really it is all about the theft. And they feel like they can more easily watch a person who's only purchasing 10 items, which makes a ton of sense. Totally get that. But there's always a chance that the things that they say in the news that they're doing isn't all they're doing. What if they have some secret programs that we don't know about? This girl kind of struck me as a conspiracy theorist, but I thought it was a good one to end on. So check this out.
Good morning, everybody. So this video is to everybody who shops at Target. So if you shop at Target, watch this.
Sorry. This is Meli Jalisco on TikTok.
This video. I went in yesterday, and apparently Target is getting new cameras in the self-checkout, and I'm guessing cameras at the door. Not sure. This is just what I overheard.
Now this is overheard allegedly at a Walmart where two cashiers are talking, or I was eavesdropping while waiting to return an item. The cashier was telling a lady who was somehow related to her about the cameras. Okay, so she was giving her family the inside information. Becky says, I went to a Target last week, and all they had open was self-checkout. Okay. See, I haven't been to Target. I haven't been to Target since last year, actually. So, I don't know. But, so all they have is self-checkout. So they have one person just watching all the self-checkouts. That's crazy. Jelly says, yeah, they don't employ cashiers anymore anywhere. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. It's crazy. Hire a cashier. Plenty of people out here looking for jobs.
So when you come into Target, the cameras will scan your phone to be able to scan your location.
So she is saying when you walk through the doors of Target, they have a scanner that identifies your phone so they can track your location.
If you were to take something without paying for it, and you manage to leave, Target will have your location because it scanned your phone when you came into Target. Also, if you are doing the self-checkout and you forget to scan anything,
SWAT team comes.
Somehow the cameras will send a signal to security.
Okay.
And security will be waiting for you at the door.
Yeah. That's definitely a thing. That definitely happens.
When you go to leave. So just be careful when you're scanning your items.
I love the scary
I've forgotten
music.
a few things,
No, jeez.
Since the whole self-checkout became popular. So especially if you have kids, they usually grab everything without you looking while you're scanning your items.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I'm not a big fan of Target having my location after I leave the store. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about that.
Now, I don't know about that one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they can track our location just from walking through the doors. I'm no technology guru, the guru, as our friend JLR says. So I don't know for sure. You know, maybe it is possible. But that's Melly Jalisco on TikTok. She's great. Check her out. She's got a great channel. Jack says pretty soon receptionists will be AI humanoid robots. You know what, man? I hope not. I hope not. I really hope not. Because, you know, we're kind of losing that human touch in favor of efficiency. And not only are people losing jobs because of it and losing their livelihood, but now these companies are actually losing money hand over fist. Way more than they would have lost if they'd have just kept employees and paid them a proper wage to do a very simple job. And now they're kind of paying the price. And, you know, maybe it'll result in a better experience for the customer. Because you get that human touch, you know? Nobody wants an AI receptionist. We want to go to the grocery store and talk to a human being. Maybe, like, what if they remember you? Or they're like, oh, hey, how's your kids? Or, you know? I don't want an AI asking me how my kids are. Meech says, I am a chatbot. Y'all didn't even know. Jelly says, people talk to cashiers and customer service workers like we're computers anymore, and they expect instant everything. The masses really suck. Dude, I'm with you, man. I hate that. Like, whenever I go to a place, I always stop and ask the cashier how their day is. Because I've worked those service jobs, and I know how mind-numbing and horrible it is. So to have someone, like, actually have a human moment with you for a second and say, how's your day been? Nobody's saying that to the person at the gas station, okay? Nobody's saying that to the cashier at the grocery store. But, you know, maybe we should. And then they'll be around. So we don't have to scan our stuff at the store. And Walmart and Target don't have to come up with new crazy technology ways to surveil us when they could just have a cashier like we always had for decades. It's absolutely nuts to me. Jack says, I am AI. How's the wife and kids? Well, hey, Jack. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you all being here. Jelly, it was awesome to talk to you. Haven't seen you in a while. Appreciate you being here. I hope you all have a great week. Don't work too hard, okay? Tell your families that you love them. Don't steal from Walmart and Target. And I will see you all on Friday for the extras. Peace.